Welcome to Unit 4, Socialization, Part 2. This is Chapter 4 in your textbook. Please follow along in the textbook as we go through this video. So what will you learn? We'll talk about and identify different types of socialization. We will compare sociological perspectives on socialization. We'll examine the roles of agents of socialization, such as families, schools, peer groups, and the media. We'll describe when and how resocialization occurs and the characteristics of a total institution. First, we're going to talk about the types of socialization. Primary socialization is when you're less than 18 years old. It occurs in childhood. The importance of healthy childhood development, and this usually occurs in families where children learn language, norms, beliefs, and social skills. Secondary socialization is when you're older than 18. This occurs past childhood and throughout adulthood. This has less effect on your self-image and self-esteem. In secondary socialization, we learn specific roles and norms for adult behavior, such as work role and what's expected, a parent role. Anticipatory socialization occurs when we start learning new norms and values in anticipation of a role we'll occupy in the future. This next video shows an example of anticipatory socialization with students at Niagara College in the Community Justice Program and the Arts and Film Program.
Portion of our conflict resolution course in the third-year grad certificate program, and it's an opportunity for all of our students to get their hands on. We've got the police cruiser that was donated to us by the Niagara Regional Police. We've got 4 different room scenarios.
I'm pursuing a career to become a police officer. This has a lot of hands-on training. That scenario, we pulled over a speeding vehicle.
We're both supposed to identify ourselves for being pulled over. She's got drugs on her. She's wanted on a drug warrant. She has drugs in her back pocket. She's not allowed to identify herself.
My partner here approached the driver and spoke to them to get the registered information. I noticed the passenger in the back seat didn't have a seatbelt. Because she wasn't wearing a seatbelt, she had to provide her identification, but she failed to do so. So we placed her under arrest. Searched her, found drugs on her. Run a CPIC check on a Caitlin Judge. Caitlin as in K-I-T-L-Y-N, Judge, J-U-D-G-E. Date of birth of August 9th, 1990.
10-4, standby.
This course is absolutely 100% dependent upon the cooperation that we receive from the students and faculty involved with the acting for film and television side of Niagara College.
This is police brutality. You're not supposed to be touching me.
Well, it gives you life experience, and you get to see what these officers are doing. And as an actor, you need to be curious about different occupations, different people, and learning what they do. So this gives a little bit of insight into that world.
My character today is somebody who he doesn't want to give his name. He's a bad guy. I'm in possession of, I don't have them on me, but I was in possession of a drug. I'm supposed to be a little bit of a jerk.
You threw me under the bus. What do you want me to do?
Again, this program is, I think, in the province, very unique. I don't know of any other of the college institutions that bring in 2 separate and very distinct sections to make a program or a course work. So this has been great, and kudos to Niagara College for allowing that to happen.
So now we're going to look at sociological perspectives on socialization. The first one we're going to look at is functionalist. Functionalist perspective enriches and reinforces social norms and teaches total social integration. So a person can internalize society's norms. The second one is a conflict perspective. It teaches people that their place in society and what that is, especially people who are less powerful and in less powerful groups. Symbolic interactionist is the third one. We learn how meanings are taught through socialization and how socialization influences our sense of self. And a feminist perspective. Patriarchy shapes cultural values and norms, and people are socialized based on their gender and learn a gendered identity. I For example, girls should be ladylike and boys should not cry, as we talked about in the past video. The agents of socialization are the individuals, groups, and social institutions that influence our daily lives and help us to become functioning members of society. This includes our family, school, peers, and the media. With agents of socialization, families are the most important agent of socialization across cultures and societies. Caregivers are responsible for transmitting cultural and social values to us. Those are our first teachers. Families, however, are not always perfect socializers. Some teach ideologies that promote racism, sexism, classism, transphobia, and so forth. Another agent of socialization are schools. Schools teach us skills that we need to function in society, for example, how to read or how to do math. Schools compare us to and evaluate us against our peers. This can have a deep impact on our self-esteem. Schools also teach the hidden curriculum, informal rules about our place in society. So there is a hidden curriculum in schools. You can click on the picture to view the video in the PowerPoint, or you can watch the video now.
Here in America, in every single state, they have a set of standards for every subject. A collection of lessons that the teacher's required to teach by the end of the term.
But the greatest lessons you will ever teach us will not come from your syllabus.
The greatest lessons you will ever teach us, you will not even remember. You never told us what we weren't allowed to say. We just learned how to hold our tongues. Now somewhere in America there is a child holding a copy of Catcher in the Rye, and there is a child holding a gun.
But only one of these things have been banned by their state government. And it's not the one that can rip through flesh.
It's the one that says fuck you on more pages than one. Because we must control what the people say, how they think.
And if they want to become the overseer of their own selves,
then we'll show them a real one. And somewhere in America there's a child sitting at his mother's computer reading the homepage of the KKK's website. And that's open to the public. But that child will have never read To Kill a Mockingbird because his school has banned it for its use of the N-word.
Maya Angelou is prohibited because we're not allowed to talk about rape in school.
We were taught that just because something happens doesn't mean you are to talk about it.
They build us brand new shopping malls
So that we'll forget where we're really standing. On the bones of the Hispanics, on the bones of the slaves, on the bones of the Native Americans, on the bones of those who fought just to speak.
Transcontinental Railroad to Japanese internment camps.
There are things missing from our history books. But we were taught that it is better to be silent than to make them uncomfortable. Somewhere in America,
private school girls search for hours through boutiques trying to find the prom dress of their dreams.
While kids on the south side spend hours searching through the lost and found. Because winter's coming soon and that's the only jacket they have.
Kids are late to class for working the midnight shift.
They give awards for best attendance, but not for keeping your family off the streets. These kids will call your music ghetto. They will tell you don't talk right.
Then they'll get in the backseat of a car with all their friends,
sing about how they're about that life and we can't stop. Somewhere in America,
schools are promoting self-confidence
while they whip out their scales and shout out your body fat percentage in class.
Where the heftier girls are hiding away. And the slim-fit beauties can't help but giggle with pride.
The preppy kids go thrift shopping because they think it sounds real fun.
But we go because that's all we've got money for. Because mama works for the city. Mama only gets paid once a month. Somewhere in America.
A girl's getting felt up by a grown man on the subway.
She's still in her school uniform, and that's part of the appeal. It's hard to run in knee socks and Mary Janes,
and all her male teachers know it too. Coaches cover up star players raping freshmen after the dance.
Women are killed for rejecting dates.
But God forbid I bring my girlfriend to prom.
A girl is blackout drunk at the after party.
Take a picture before her wounds wake her. How many pixels is your sanity worth?
What's a 4.0 to a cold jury?
What'd you learn in class today?
Don't walk fast.
Don't speak loud.
Keep your hands to yourself. Keep your head down.
Keep your eyes on your own paper. If you don't know the answer,
fill in C. Always wear earbuds when you ride the bus alone. If you feel like someone's following you, pretend you're on the phone. A teacher never fails. Only you do. Every state in America. The greatest lessons are the ones you don't remember learning.
So what do you think? Is there a hidden curriculum in schools? Other agents of socialization include our peer group. It's a group we are linked to by things like age, social position, common interests. Peer groups are important to our development of sense of belonging, identity, and self-esteem. Our early peers are who we mirror ourselves against. People experience peer pressure. The behavior our peers encourage may differ from what our caregivers teach us is appropriate. Mass media is another agent of socialization. Mass media, like television and the internet, have had a big impact because we encounter these things daily. The influence of social media sites is significant. Some effects are positive, helping students deal with social anxiety around connecting with peers. Some effects can be negative, bullying, cyberbullying. Social media sites like Snapchat and Instagram have changed how we interact with each other. And there are positive and negative effects on all people of all ages. Resocialization, a learning process that reshapes an individual's personality by teaching radically different values, norms, and role expectations. Discards former behaviors and accepts new ones. You must unlearn what you have learned. Voluntary resocialization. Examples of voluntary resocialization include choosing to retire, choosing to stay home to care for children, choosing to stay home to care for elderly parents, seeking treatment for addiction or mental health issues, or getting married. Going to college can also be a form of voluntary resocialization, where you undergo a series of changes to adjust to campus life. And especially for international students, who also are adjusting voluntarily to a new culture. Then we have involuntary resocialization through total institutions and degradation ceremonies. Examples of involuntary socialization may include imprisonment, involuntary admission to mental health facilities, conversion therapy, which is illegal, coercion to join and participate in a cult, or forced care in a nursing home. While some people may choose to move to seniors' homes, some must go to nursing homes when family members are unable to meet their needs. So the problem with total institutions is the potential for abuse. The Canadian military, who were recently deployed to long-term care homes in Ontario during COVID-19 to meet the needs of residents, have released a report documenting reuse of unsterile equipment like catheters, the use of expired medications, patients with COVID-19 allowed to interact with healthy residents, abusive behavior, improper use of personal protective equipment, insect infestations, the delayed changing of soil during incontinent patients, and pressure sores from not turning patients, forced feedings, and malnutrition. And that's involuntary resocialization. Resocialization in total institutions. Isolated social systems in which certain people are housed, looked after, and socialized apart from the wider society. Places where people are monitored 24/7, such as prisons, hospitals, and military barracks. This is often involuntary resocialization. In the case of military barracks, it's voluntary resocialization. These institutions are structured to fundamentally change the people who enter them. The goal is to teach people to conform to social standards of conduct. Characteristics of a total institution. One authority and activities take place in specific locations. Carefully structured activities control the participants. Authorities carefully screen all information from outside that gets into the institution. Rules and roles are clearly defined. A strict hierarchy exists within the institution, Total institutions restrict individual choices. And I'm sure you can think of several examples, and there are others in your textbook. An example of a total institution, I'm sure some of you have seen Shawshank Redemption. This next video clip does have strong language. You can click on the picture in the PowerPoint to view the video, or you can watch it now.
But I'm telling you, these morals are funny. First you hate them, and you get used to them. Enough time passes, you get so you depend on them. That's institutionalized.
Another example of a total institution are the residential schools. The purpose of residential schools was to re-socialize Indigenous children into colonial culture. Children were forcibly taken from their families and their communities. They were stripped of their cultures, language, values. Many of the children were physically and sexually abused. They used degradation ceremony to strip the children of their former selves, depersonalization by wearing institutional clothing, shaving their hair. These schools have had ongoing negative consequences in the lives of Indigenous people in Canada. Key points for Unit 4. Socialization happens through social interaction with others. Socialization is a lifelong process. Feral and isolated children are evidence of the importance of nurture. Families are the most important agent of socialization. Resocialization can be voluntary or involuntary. Coming up next is Unit 5, Social Interaction, Groups, and Social Structure.